Guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over a story titled, My Ex-Wife Wants to Come Back 3 Years After Leaving Me and the Kids. And guys, what we have here is a story about a guy. That's coming from the guy's perspective, how basically out of nowhere, after a number of years of being married, he discovered that his wife's cheating, and she eventually leaves him for some lowlife. Big surprise there, talk about a stereotype. And basically, he's left alone raising the kids. And right now they got two twin sons. They're both 15 years old and a 12-year-old daughter. And after a few years, you're going to see here in this story, things don't exactly work out for the ex-wife like she thought. And next thing you know, she's back pretty much on her hands and knees begging to come back into the life for both the life of him and the kids. And you're going to see here how this guy responds to this. And I'm doing this story, guys, because there's definitely some serious lessons in this particular story that I want to share. And I'll do that at the end of the story once I go over this, because this is a crazy situation, but I've heard this many a time. About the guy thinks everything's cool, finds out she's cheating, and she not only leaves him, but she also abandons the kids. And then a few years later, when it doesn't work out with her Chad or Tyrone, then she's begging and pleading to come back. Some guys say, no way, right away, that's it. Other guys, they're on the fence, whether it's because of their own personal emotions or because they think that maybe they should do it for the kids, that type of thing. There's always some sort of baggage going on with the kids, and so they're never quite sure. And in this case, this guy, he's a little unsure what to do. Even though looking at this from the outside, I know darn well what he should do, and I'm sure all you guys know what he should do. But anyhow, guys, I'm going to go through the story here, and then I'm going to read a few comments that people had about this to show that I'm not the only one who thinks these things. So it starts off, 3 years ago, my wife was planning on cheating on me with another man. I saw some of the signs and caught them sexting. She felt like our life wasn't what she wanted. We divorced, and she ended up leaving me for the other man. Our kids are now two 15-year-old twins, two sons that are 15, and one daughter 12 years old. At the time, they felt abandoned. I got the house and sole custody of the kids, and she didn't make much effort to see the kids. Granted, they didn't want to see her either, and were quite vocal about it. Well, that's real nice of her. After all those years, just boom, she ups and leaves not only him and the kids. Again, it's bad enough if she ditches the husband, okay? Especially if he's a good guy doing everything right. But she's going to completely abandon her children. What does that say about her character? What does that say about her personality, right? Now, is this someone that you would trust to come back in your life years later? I mean, it should be a no-brainer here, but there are people, like this guy as you're going to see, they actually have to question whether it's worth it or not. Could she change? All that. And I'm sure for you guys who have followed me a long time, I already know what I'm thinking on this one. He goes on, since then, the kids seem to be doing better, but I still feel like they miss their mom, especially my younger twin boy. I've seen my ex-wife a handful of times since then, and I've moved on in the sense I've slept with other women since then, but I'm not dating and don't plan on it until the kids are all done with high school, at least. Recently, I learned the man my wife ran off with is now bankrupt, and he's an alcoholic. He's mistreating her. I'm not going to say the word he's choosing because YouTube's not going to like that. Let's just say he's an alcoholic and he's mistreating her. And she left him and went back to living with her parents. Well, that's karma, huh? Abandons her family for this great guy that was definitely a Chad or Tyrone alpha male. And basically, after a few years, guess what? He's now broke. And it turns out he's an alcoholic and abuser. And I'm willing to bet you that if he wasn't broke, even if he was an alcoholic and he was obviously mistreating her, she'd probably stay. But since the money's gone, well, that's a different ballgame. And now she's back living home with the parents. But it doesn't mention anything about her having a job. She came over this weekend when the kids were with my brother at his cottage and talked with me, basically pleading for me to take her back. How she made a mistake and lost her savings, the money from the divorce, and her kids. Well, she didn't lose the kids. She abandoned the kids. Let's make that clear here. She made a choice to pick up and leave and not only go with another guy, but completely abandon her whole family altogether. Not to mention the fact that when the kids were all teenagers, and especially going through all the emotions and the crazy hormones that teenagers go through when they need their other parent, when they need their mom. Nope. Her lover was more important. So I don't want to hear this whining about how she lost her kids. And as for money, what about a job? There's no mention of her having a job. I have an idea. Why don't you get off her lazy butt and get a job? Nope. Poor her. She wants to work towards us getting back together and raising our kids together. After all that time, after ditching him for 3 years just like that, come on back. But what does it say about how she perceives her ex-husband, right? Does she see him as a strong guy that she's going to respect, or a guy that's weak and she has no respect for? Obviously, option B, because she ought to know darn well no guy that respects himself and has options, I might add, whatever, takes someone like her back. But obviously her perception of him is that he's weak. That's no doubt why she was cheating on him and left him in the first place. So guys, it's always important to be the strong man that you are meant to be and not tolerate any disrespect. Otherwise, people are going to see you as weak and take advantage of you, like what she's trying to do with this guy here. I listened to her, but I didn't really say much, and she left back for her parents' house. The whole situation has my head spinning. On one hand, I want her back so much, and I think that the time with the kids would appreciate having their mom back. Okay, smack. Dude, she cheated on you. She left you for some scumbag, abandoned the kids, left you to run the show, take care of 3 teenagers by yourself, and you're thinking you want her back? Come on here, man. Have more self-respect. But again, guys, does this sound like a guy that is a higher status, higher value man, or a lower status, lower value man? Option B. Okay, because no guy that has his life together, lots of options, whatever, consider taking somebody back like this. The only way I could see him considering it even slightly is obviously for the kids. But even then, it shows what kind of mother she's like. And what's to say that she comes back and after a matter of time, she does the same thing, right? You think those kids are going to really trust her again? Would you trust her again? I think not. The other women I've been with are good, but there's always a feeling of something missing. You mean like drama? Turmoil? Because that's what you're going to get with your ex if you take her back. But I also wonder if she only came back because the man became what he is today. Translation, alcoholic, treating her badly, I don't want to say the A word, but you know what it is, and lost all his money. The reason she's back is the money. Okay, that's the real reason she's back, is because her parents probably told her to get out, and her lover is out of money. So she needs to go get her beta male provider back. That's what she sees this guy as, okay? But, always trust your gut, guys. Notice he's trusting his gut here. His gut's saying, wait a second, maybe she came back only because it didn't work out with that guy. Exactly. Even if we get back together, I don't plan on getting married to her, at least not right away. And if we did, there would definitely be a prenup. Dude, you should not get back with her, let alone get married to her. Do you think that it's going to be better a second time around? And what is you taking her back after all this horrible treatment that she did towards you? What does that teach her? Nothing. It shows that she can act that way, abandon the family for 3 years, and come back. It'll only be a matter of time before she does it again, okay? And I'm sure there'll be one person watching this video that says, what about forgiveness? What about second chances? Guess what? No, not in this case, okay? Not at all. There is something he can do slightly for her, which I'll mention at the end, but even then, that's more up to the kids than him. I want her to stay with her parents and slowly integrate herself back into mine and my kids' life. There's also the problem with, I don't know if I can even accept her. Part of me looks at her as used goods. I know that's bad. Gee, you think? We probably need both couples and family therapy. Thinking about the future right now is difficult. I have so many variables to account for. If she left again, what kind of damage would she do to the kids or myself? I just come on here to gain outside perspective. Yeah, that's the thing. You can't just think of yourself and how you feel. How about the kids? What if she gets bored in a few years and does the same thing? And mark my words, this guy makes it easy for her. In any way, she's going to do it. Even if he makes it hard for her. Believe me, on some level, she's going to know she can get away with it, okay? She may be on her best behavior in the beginning, but eventually the true colors will show. And I guarantee you right now, because she's desperate and has no options, you bet your ass she's going to be on her best behavior and treating him like the king and the kids like they're princes and princesses and all that, but give it time. Now, the thing is this, in my opinion, in no way, shape, or form, obviously, should you take her back. If it was, not that I would end up in this situation, but if it was me, I'd say, look, what's done is done. There's no way in hell I'm taking you back. I wouldn't trust any further than I can throw your ass, okay? And I don't expect the kids to trust you too. But you're their mother, okay? But I have sole custody, which he does. And I would say, if the kids want to see you, then you have my permission to see them. But the second I sense any trouble, any drama, any things going on in terms of manipulating the kids, that's it. That's done. But if the kids want to see you, they can see you sometimes. But they're living here with me. You're not coming over here. And again, if I sense any problems, that's it. It's done. But you're not getting back with me. You're certainly not moving him back in with the kids. Not a chance in hell. That ship has sailed. You blew it. That's what I would say, okay? Get on with your life, get off your butt and get a freaking job. And if you are a changed person, as you say you are, okay, then go out and live your life and start over and do things right the second time. But you're not doing it here, not with me, not with my kids, That's what I would tell the guy. That's what I would tell her, and that's what I would tell the guy to do. I would also tell him to definitely start working on himself, so he can obviously see himself as more high value, high status, be that type of guy. Because a guy like that with options and his high value, high status has built himself to be that way, would have to think twice about what to do in a situation like this, okay? So him asking says it all, Now I'm going to read a few comments that some people stated on here just to show you I'm not the only one thinking this. And the first one is from a woman, okay? Just having a little balance here, some from guys, some from girls. This is from a woman. And she says, no. My ex-husband did the same crap to me and our child. Cheated on me for 4 years and ended up divorcing me for someone else. When he found out about her cheating on him and using him for his money, he tried coming back asking for marriage counseling. Absolutely not. You're not her comfort zone, and that's all she wants. She'll do it again. This is from a woman, guys. I would by all means encourage her to actually be a mother and involved in her children's life, though. Only if the kids want it. That's it. And this one, okay, that's from the woman. The second one's from a guy. Guy says, whoa, whoa, whoa. She didn't lose her kids. She dumped them. That's what I said. And she listed them as her last in the list of things. She lost even though she is the one who cut contact. She is looking to be taken care of, or rather, looking to take advantage of the OP again. Original poster. The OP needs to listen to his head, not his heart. If she wanted to spend time with the kids, she would at least try to reach out. I wouldn't trust her for a second not to immediately find another cheating partner. Don't let her destroy the family all over again. Exactly. The only reason she's here is because obviously money, and she's got nowhere else to go. All right? And this guy should not listen to his heart. He needs to listen to his head and do what's best for him and the family. Even if the kids don't quite understand that yet. And the last comment is from a guy. He says, seriously, this is a woman uprooted your whole life and your kid's life because she literally decided one day she didn't want any of you. Now things are in the crapper. She decided her life with you was better than a life where she was blown all her savings and lost the guy that she left you for. You were literally second best on all accounts in her mind, but her easiest option to escape her current situation. Exactly. I get it. I understand the temptation, but don't you dare start a relationship with this woman again, if only for your kids' sake. I would consider asking the kids if they want any contact, and if they do, allow a weekly visit, but would make the point of not kindling a relationship with her. Exactly. That's what I said. But as for the lessons in this story, guys, the first lesson is this type of thing wouldn't happen to a guy that has built himself up to be a high-value guy, high-status guy, whatever you want to call it, okay? And that all comes from self-improvement, which I always encourage you guys to do in every way, shape, or form in your life to become the best you can be. Because when you're the best you can be and you're doing great for yourself on so many levels, you're not going to tolerate any BS for anybody, and let alone bring anybody back into your life that cause you a whole lot of heartache, drama, and turmoil. Okay? No guy would do that. So always working on yourself. But again, this guy obviously is a high-value guy. You can see how people are going to take advantage of guys that they perceive as being weak or low value. Okay? That's the first lesson. Second lesson is, guess what? This type of thing happens. The guy does everything right, and the woman ditches him for some scumbag. How many times in your life, guys, when you were younger, that you had some girl break up with you or just not be interested in you because she was more interested in some guy, or leaving you for some guy that was a total lowlife, but the perceived bad boy, okay? It happens, okay? Another perfect example of this. And to be honest with you guys, there was a third lesson I want to give, but I didn't write it down. I can't think of it just right now, so I'm going to have to obviously mention that another time, maybe in the comment section, who the hell knows. So, but anyway, guys, I thought this would be a good story to show you. Just, again, another situation where after all that, the woman thinks she can come crawling back. It's horseshit. And this guy be out of his damn mind to take her back. This was written a while ago, so I really hope he doesn't do that. But, there is no update to this, so I have no idea what happens. But I'll keep an eye on it. Maybe he'll post something just in case down the road. But anyhow, guys, don't be this guy. You ever have a situation like this? Do not take somebody back that treats you like this. No way, no how, they'll do it again. Mark my words. So, all right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.